Right then. Millions of pounds has been set aside to help integrate the military with their local population, and some of that money is available for the home of the British Army, Aldershot. It's about getting people to give their support to soldiers and making it easier for service personnel to access help. Tomorrow there's a march through Aldershot to mark the Royal Army Physical Training Corps being given the freedom of the town. BBC Surrey's Luxmy Gopal has been speaking to those involved.
The Royal Army Physical Training Corps, based in Aldershot, is responsible for the physical fitness of the British Army. After 150 years of service, they were awarded their royal status last year. To mark the honour, they'll be holding a parade in Aldershot tomorrow. Secretary Captain Mark Field tells BBC Surrey about preparations for this significant occasion.
You only get the royal title once, and therefore we've done as much as we can this year to celebrate it this weekend and trying to get the troops, as many as the Royal Army Physical Training Corps instructors, back from all over the globe, because they're obviously on operations in Afghanistan, etc., to be a part of this parade.
The standard bearer for tomorrow's event is Staff Sergeant Alan Harris. He explains why the parade is not only a special moment for him personally, but is also a great chance for Aldershot civilians to show their support for the Army.
It's a big thing, it's big in the calendar, even more so for me. I'm at the front with the standard, leading the parade through the town. I think to see the PT Corps marching through town and taking the time to do that, I'm hoping that the community will get behind us, support us and appreciate what we do for the community, and the Army does put in a lot around Aldershot.
The unit has been granted the freedom of Rushmore for tomorrow's parade. This gives them official permission to march through the town. The freedom of the borough was granted to the unit in recognition of their work with the local community. Curator of the unit's museum, Bob Kelly, explains why.
The freedom of the borough is awarded to units who have actually contributed to the actual community of Aldershot. Thousands of troops were stationed here and trained here, and the Royal Army Physical Training Corps is part of that particular family.
The parade coincides with the launch of a scheme by Hampshire County Council to build closer ties between the military and the local community. The council is going to bid for funding from the Ministry of Defence of up to £250,000 to go towards the scheme. But is extra work needed to create this integration between the military and the Aldershot community? Curator Bob Kelly doesn't think so.
I think the integration has always been there over the past many years, and I think you'll probably find that a good deal of the local communities have actually service backgrounds.
Captain Field says there are already close ties between the Army and the wider community, thanks partly to the shared use of some facilities.
If you look at some of the sports facilities we've got and the integration going on with the sports, of combining some of the competitions that are there and sharing the facilities, so actually you can see a lot of it going round.
He thinks the parade will bring the Aldershot community and the military even closer together.
This is another way of us keeping it tighter again, and there's no doubt that it'll flourish the relationship that we've got over years to come.
The parade sets off from Hospital Hill in Aldershot tomorrow at noon.
I have had the unique privilege of being beasted by an Army PT instructor over an assault course, and not only are they the hardest people that I have ever seen, they are also the most motivating people. They know exactly what to say at exactly the right moment. Let's speak to Ken Thornber, though, about this privilege that the PT Corps have got of being able to walk through Rushmore, but also this funding story. I don't quite understand it, Mr. Thornber. Could you explain it?
Yes, it's an idea of the Prime Minister. It's called a community covenant, and what that does, and Hampshire was the first to sign it, is to look for even closer ties between the service and civilian communities.
Well, when there's money involved, then all sorts of things can happen. Why does money need to be given to Aldershot or community groups in Aldershot to help them integrate with the Army?
Well, no, it's not being given to Aldershot. There are Army establishments around the county. I can think of the Port of Marchwood. There is also, of course, the RAF at Odium, and there's also, of course, the home of the British Navy in Portsmouth. If the people of Aldershot feel that their ties are close enough, then they won't make bids for up to £30 million that the government set aside for the next 4 years. But I'm not a betting man. I would bet that in asking for bids to improve ties with the armed forces, the good people of Aldershot will have even more ideas.
Yeah, Councillor Thornber, we've got 30 seconds and unfortunately we don't have time to explore this further. Where is more information to be found about this?
They can access the information centre of ours or on www.hants.gov.uk. UK/Covenant Grant.
Ken Thornbull, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you.
The radio station for Surrey and North East Hampshire. This is BBC Surrey.